And now I should like to wish Hexagon a perfectly marvelous 60th anniversary. And isn't it marvelous that all of our friends could be here tonight to celebrate? Well, I just came from another party at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and absolutely everybody was there, all those people you read about, absolutely rolling and having a perfectly decadent time. And I said to them, I've simply got to be going. I'm on my way to Wilson High School to see the annual Hexagon Review, and so here I am. How is everybody tonight? Let's try that again. How is everybody tonight? Well, good. How many of you raced out to buy marijuana the minute it was legalized? Only then to realize how much we miss Marion Barry. How many of you can't wait for the Supreme Court to hear the hearings on same-sex marriage, especially the oral arguments? How many of you think that Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Grey, is a story about Obama after 8 years in the White House? Well, it's been an exciting week. Ted Cruz made some oral arguments today, only he did it in Spanish. He announced he'll be running for president. I guess he's trying to reach out to the people he plans to deport. Oh, it's not all liberal tonight. And Alaska finally legalized marijuana. Now everybody can see Russia from their front porch. And a 57-year-old woman gave birth to a 5-pound baby boy, giving new meaning to the words nursing home. Well, I was riding around in an Uber car the other day instead of a taxi cab, and you know how rude these drivers are, especially the ones who speak English. And this driver says to me, Mrs. Foggy Bottom, you look absolutely awful. Where in the world are you going? Well, I said, thank you very much. I'm on my way to the Benghazi disaster costume ball at the U.S. Department of State. Well, he said, fantastic, but I thought Benghazi was over. Well, I said it was, until Hillary Clinton got discovered using 2 servers for her emails. Unfortunately for me, she erased all the ones about Downton Abbey. Well, what does the driver do? He stops the car to pick up another passenger. Well, I said, this is my Uber car. He said, lady, this is Washington, D.C., and I can pick up as many people as I want and take as long as I want. Besides, it's right on the way. Well, you'll never guess who got in. Brian Williams, looking absolutely like a walking disaster. Well, I said, Brian Williams, former darling, you look absolutely awful. You must be on your way to the Benghazi disaster costume ball. He said, no, Mrs. Foggy Bottom, I'm on my way to the emergency room at GW Hospital because I've been injured. I said, oh no, whatever happened? He said, you won't believe it. I said, no, I probably won't. He said, I've been shot down. I said, oh no, shot down like in a helicopter in Iraq? And he said, not exactly. I said, oh no, shot down in a helicopter over Israel? He said, well, no, not exactly. I said, oh no, shot down in New Orleans after Katrina with all those dead bodies floating by? He said, oh no, I've been shot down by NBC. Well, I said, darling, don't worry. With all those fabrications, you're soon to get offered a job by Fox News. Well, what does the driver do? He stops the cab to pick up another passenger. I said, this is my Uber car. He said, lady, this is Washington, D.C. You'll never guess who got in. 47 Republican senators carrying a large manila envelope. Well, I said, 47 Republican senator darlings, where in the world are you going with that envelope? They said, we're on our way to the U.S. Post Office to deliver a letter to the leaders of Iran undermining Barack Obama's foreign policy. Well, then they said, we're going to the Benghazi costume ball. Well, I said, fantastic, that's where I'm going. But what's the matter with Obama's foreign policy? They said, Mrs. Foggy Bottom, if you knew that you had a president who only just recently figured out that Netanyahu is not a search engine, you would be worried too. Well, I said, darlings, I'm more worried about who's going to replace Jon Stewart on The Daily Show than I am about Obama's foreign policy. At which point, the driver stops the car, and who should get in but Tina Fey on her way to Comedy Central. Well, I said, Comedy Central, that's halfway around the world. I might as well walk. At which point, I told the driver to stop the cab, and you'll never guess who got out.